Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Dylan, and I'm back again with another comic book review. And today's new comic book day, and the first book that I read was Boom Studios and IDW's collab for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh my god, issue 1 out of 5. Man, these were my two favorite things when I was a kid. I couldn't be more pumped for this. First time ever these two teams getting a mashup together, in comic book form, that is, because obviously they had a little mashup in a TV series back in the day, like in probably the 90s, I'd say. I don't know, don't quote me on that, but dude, I don't know if it's just because I'm the biggest fan and maybe I'm biased, but this was so much fun. The artwork was incredible. It went perfect. Let me see. Let's written This story was written by Ryan Parrott, colors by Walter Monte, with color assistance by Igor Monti, illustrated by Simone Di Maio, letters by Ed Dukeshire, and the cover by Dan Mora. I actually was gonna go with the Eastman, but it looks like my shop last minute he must not have put my order in for the Eastman variant. I actually didn't really care because I really do like this cover, especially with both logos. And I don't know. I usually go with the cover A's anyways, but yeah, man, this mashed up like perfectly. It's not like one of the Batman TMNT mashups where it's kind of like the multiverse thing. This is like same universe, and the key to them meeting is Tommy. And dude, it starts off with like the Rangers basically talking, and it looks like they've been beaten, and you see like Power Ranger swords like laying around, and nunchucks from the Ninja Turtles, and like Raph's swords, or Leo's katana, and Ralph's dang, it's gonna kill me what his little blades are called, but man, you see like maybe they've been in some huge war and they lost, or a huge fight and they lost. But we start off with the Power Rangers on Angel Grove, and they're fighting this, as they call it, apocalyptus. It looks like a huge monster octopus type thing, and I believe all these monsters have been being created by Rita, and it's just another monster created by Rita that the Power Rangers have to kill or take down to save the Earth or whatever. And dude, the artwork was just fantastic. I mean, they do their little Power Rangers power up like they did in the TV show, and dude, just look, it's so good. The artwork is just so good. These colors go perfect. They all, power up, power axe, power bow, power daggers, power lance, power sword. And I'm saying it just like I remember when I was a kid. Dude, this was just like, oh man, it was. I mean, like the story was written perfectly, but then like the art just goes perfect, man. And I was just so in for this. The Turtles had a little bit of a different look. That took half a second for me to really get used to, but man, we cut right to New York City because Power Rangers, they're in Angel Grove, and then we cut to New York City for the Turtles, and they're fighting the Foot Clan. And one thing that Kimmy, or is it Kimmy? I want to say, I think it's Kimmy or Trini. It's the Pink Ranger though, and she obviously her boyfriend's Tommy, and Tommy disappeared like a few weeks ago. We find out 3 weeks to be exact, and no one's heard from him. He hasn't used his Mighty Morphin, so they haven't been able to track him morphing or whatever. But it doesn't seem like he's in trouble or anything. But one thing he said before he left was that he needed like time for himself, and he needed to think or some shit. And she's just kind of worried or whatever because nobody has heard nothing. He hasn't texted back or anything. And we kind of find out, as the Turtles are fighting this Foot Clan, that Raphael, dude, they have like the back and forths between the turtles perfectly down. They're just cracking jokes with each other, and I loved it, man. It was so fun. Raphael ends up ripping the mask off of one of the foot soldiers, and he's like, "Ah, a pretty boy." Well, everybody's got one, but I didn't notice at first, but he ends up getting his ass whooped by this pretty boy Raphael. He acts like the big tough guy, but then he gets knocked to the ground, and it was just so hilarious. I mean, Michelangelo was like, "Whoa, did Ralph just get rocked by a foot soldier?" To Donnie. Donnie says that to Michelangelo, and then Michelangelo goes, "Dude, take a quick picture, man." And then it was so funny. The pretty boy goes like, "Clan, vanish now," and then they make a huge joke. They're like, "Guys, don't let him escape." But then after they're like, "Dude, did that ninja just say ninja vanish? Like, aren't they supposed to just vanish?" Dude, they're just so, like, they had the characters, and they're like how they are down to a science. Which, I mean, if you are, I would hope that the guy they got to write knows how the turtles act, like their personalities and everything. And they're cracking jokes on Raphael, and they're kicking him kind of when he's down after he got knocked out by that foot soldier. But you kind of end up finding out that this foot soldier, he's not just any regular foot soldier. And he kind of snaps on him, because one of the jokes that they're saying in the beginning was like, "What would you do if you could, like, have like one human thing or whatever?" And Donnie's like, "Feet for shoes or whatever." And Leo's like, what did he say? Something goofy. Hair. And then Donnie's like, "Fingers." But Raphael says nothing. And they end up joking like, "Yeah, he's lying, right? Like, he probably wants to be human more than us." But Ralph kind of gets pissed as they're kicking him down. They're like, "Dude, like, lay off, man. Like, if I could have, the best thing about being human would be getting away from you guys or whatever." And, Leo's like, "Man, all right, stop, guys. Like, sometimes even a win can feel like a loss." But then we cut back. It cuts back and forth from the Turtles to Angel Grove, New York City to Angel Grove for a time being. And like I said, it's, who was it? Did they say Kimberly? Yeah, I thought it was Kimberly, because that's the Pink Ranger. I remember her being the Pink Ranger, at least. You know what I'm saying? But, she's asking, dang it, I forget his name. But, the Conscience or whatever, the old original Ranger. Dang, it's going to kill me what his name was. But him, and then the, dang, it's gonna kill me, the freaking robot too. And they talk, they're like, he hasn't morphed yet, so Tommy, if he was in trouble, Tommy would have morphed. Perhaps, like, simply he just needs some privacy. And with everything going on with Rita, she's like, maybe Rita grabbed him, or he's fighting like an evil version of himself in another dimension. And she's like, and the robot goes like, "Kimberly, I'm continuously scanning for spikes in Morphin energy. When Tommy morphs again, we'll know, and we'll go and find him then." And we cut to New York again, and we see this girl, and it looks like she's kind of looks like the leader of the Foot Clan, but she's definitely not. We know who the damn leader of the Foot Clan is. And we cut to this girl going on like the rooftop with who we find out to be Tommy. So, and he went straight from saying to Kimberly and the Power Rangers, like, "Yo, I need some time to myself," or whatever, "I need some privacy." And the first thing he did was go to the Foot Clan, and she goes and asks, she's like, "Your action saved many of our clan last night." And he's like, "Thank you, Master Karai," or whatever her name is. "You made quite an impression in the last 3 weeks you've been here. Like I said, so much my master has given me a special task." So she has a master, like I said, and we know who that is, Shredder. But before I grant it, I need to know, who are you, Tommy Marshall? What do you want? "I want more, master," he says. "I've been tossed aside my whole life, by my friends, my family, you name it. Seems like the world takes care of everyone but me. But then I heard about the Foot, a place where people come not just to survive, but to fight for what's theirs. And if there's one thing I know, it's that I'm always up for a fight." And, he goes and he does the job that she tells him. And we find out that the last job that they just tried to stop the Foot Clan the other day, they're connected. And we'll get, once we get to that, when the turtles say, but the turtles are waiting right there for him as soon as he finds what he's looking for. And they're cracking jokes like, he really didn't stick to dismount. But and they're like, I'll give him a 6 for fitting in those ducks. And judges, not a single security alert, 7.3 from Leo. And Donnie's like, the rooftop parkour, neat, 6.4. And then Raphael's like, but real ninja moves but a real ninja moves in silence. Like lasagna, so I'll give him a 4. So Raphael's still pissed from before, so he get. But he's like, Mikey, you want to call it Cowabunga? And then Dragon Zord. So he morphs. You know what I'm saying? He has to use his powers. And goddamn, for this 7, man, do we get an awesome panel. So then the Ninja Turtles basically find out that, this Foot Clan soldier is actually a Power Ranger. So, and not only any Power Ranger, but the Green Ranger. And, they're making jokes like scared shitless, like, what the hell is going on? And Tommy goes like, have you been monsters following me this whole time? They're like, monsters? Like, come on, dude, no name calling, no need to be rude, dude. Like, actually, that energy cell you're currently stealing, only 2 facilities in the entire city are even attempting that tech level. The ones you stockheads hit last night, and this place. 2 slow turtles. Look, I don't want to do any permanent damage, so how about you all talk too much? And boom, Raphael's like still pissed, so he about to crack this boy's head. And he ain't about to feel too bad at all because he knows that Power Rangers got superpowers. And he's like, nah, I don't feel so bad when I whoop that ass. But then we cut to like the other Rangers. They've got morphed. They've gotten sent to the rooftop, and they're like, man, why always a rooftop? And they're like, well, this is where Tommy, used his powers, and so he's got to be somewhere. And as they say that, he's getting thrown through a brick building, and he reveals himself. And we get Tommy. They're all running like, Tommy, are you okay? Are you okay? And they think that the turtles are like more monsters that Rita created. They realize for a second though, they're like, man, these monsters are a lot smarter than the other ones that Rita created. And where we go next. And yeah, dude, then we end up getting a brilliant panel of them freaking heading off, fighting each other. And man, it's just, dude, like I said, man, this has just been turtle power. Go Power Rangers. Like, come, damn. I just love, like, this art is so good. Like, even if the story sucked ass, this art is so good, but they're both so good. So yeah, my dude, pick of the weeks, like, all day. And we got, Leo fighting the Red Ranger, so 2 leaders fighting each other. We got Donnie fighting the Blue Ranger, so the nerds are facing off. And we got the bad boy Ralph fighting Tommy, and then we got the Black Ranger fighting Michelangelo, which that one, I don't know if I remember, the Black Ranger making all the jokes. Maybe I'd have to watch the original ones, but for the most part, they have like them kind of fighting their own versions of themselves as, not kind of, like with the similar personalities, but Kimberly comes, she finds Tommy, and she's like, dude, like, what's going on? If these giant turtles have knocked some sense into you, if these giant turtles haven't knocked some sense into you, maybe I'm gonna have to. Tommy, what the heck is going on? Kim, I'm sorry. I did everything I could not to get you guys involved in this. Involved in what? Like, what are you doing? And he's like, I gotta go. I'm sorry, Kim. I know it's asking a lot, but please, you gotta trust me. And I guess she does. So she's like, fine, go. And he's like, thank you, I promise. And he's like, sorry, pal, you ain't going nowhere. And my dog Ralph ain't letting her go that quick. But he gets sideswiped by the Pink Ranger, and then he gets sideswiped again by the Yellow Ranger. So I didn't remember the freaking Rangers being such a cheap shot. Just kidding, but they see, like I said, they think that they're monsters created by Rita, but it I hope they figure out in issue 2, and then it looks like they'll probably team up or something, maybe. We'll see. But the Turtles and Rangers continue to battle, and the green ones escaped, so does he carry the prize? And Master Karai says it would appear he's successful, and like I said, her master's right there saying, like, Master, if you would have told me Tommy was a Ranger from the beginning, so she didn't know. And he's like, Master Shredder goes, confidence must be earned, Karai. And she, of course, Master, of course. And if all goes intended, Oliver will bring me what I require, Tommy Oliver, that is, and the Power Ranger will be mine to command. So, I don't know 100% what that means, but I have a feeling maybe Shredder is trying to unleash or unlock Lord Draken so that he can control Tommy. But I could be wrong. Maybe he's just going to control Tommy or whatever. But Lord Draken, in my opinion, seems the way to go. I mean, the most awesome, badass way to go, at least. But, dude, like I said, this shit was just so much fun. I highly recommend, if you are any types of fan of these, to, series as a kid, dude, it will bring you right back to your childhood memories. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought of it. If you guys wouldn't mind hitting that like button on your way out, hitting that subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.